Kreature Korner.
All right, what's gooling on, everybody? Sorry I had to climb out of the hole that I've had myself buried in for the past month and a half. I've missed all of you so much, and I hope that you've all had really great holidays thus far, and I've missed seeing your beautiful faces, even if I can't see you. I can see you in my heart. But it is I haven't had my coffee yet, so my voice isn't quite there yet. So you'll see once we get the coffee. I'm just not, I'm not feeling spooky enough yet. I've got what am I even doing? What am I wearing right now? This isn't. Hang on. Yeah. Yes. Spooky duds. Dawned. Now I'm feeling good, feeling a little bit more fly. It is I, the Grand Duke of Spook, Chris Bell. That's right, coming to you live with another fantastic episode of the Kreature Korner. As I said, we've been away for a little while, and I've missed you all, but I hope that you're all having a fantastic season out there, holiday season. Wait, Roswell, what are you doing, man? We're not doing Wizard Monkey this week. That's next week. Lose Wizard Monkey. Co-stars. Got to do everything around here. So, this holiday season, I'm graced with a wonderfully delicious flavor from Pedal Java. That's right, our wonderful friends at Pedal Java. Just in case you missed us in November in any of our live videos, we were tasting and tantalizing our taste buds with the wonderful Thanksgiving medley that was Turkey Days. That's right, Turkey Days, turkey-flavored coffee. I gotta quit making that joke. It's not turkey-flavored coffee. It's like a whole Thanksgiving meal packed into one delicious sip of coffee. They should put that on the label. Mark it down, Pedal Java, put it on the label. But now, because it is the season of giving, they gave me a new blend to try out and to show all of you at home. So, this week's blend is Andy's Candy. Ooh. That's right, a little bit of Andy's Candy, but not like the Andy's Candy from Olive Garden. Those Andy's Candies from Olive Garden. No, this is Andy's Candy from our own Andrew out there at Pedal Java. You know what? Andrew actually explained this a little bit better than I did, so Andrew, tell him about it real quick.
Okay, guys, this is Andy's Candy. You guys know those little chocolate and mint rectangles. You get them after your meal at Olive Garden.
Oh, yeah.
This is not a trademark violation of that because I spelled it A-N-D-Y.
Yes.
Candy. That's how I stay out of court.
My man.
Right?
Always a step ahead.
Right.
That's right.
Thinking ahead. So Andy's Candy is a chocolate peppermint coffee. And how do we do chocolate peppermint in coffee?
Yes.
That sounds like a wild thing. Is it an Ethiopian? Is it a Colombian?
Yeah.
It's actually a smooth Mexican coffee.
Really?
That is roasted medium.
Okay.
Yep. This is our Chiapas single origin. Ooh. We roast it medium, and then when it spills into the cooling tray, y'all have seen the big stainless steel cooling tray.
Yes.
When that's spinning around and cooling, we add all natural flavors. In this case, chocolate and peppermint.
Oh, cool.
Both all natural flavors. We don't use candy flavors or synthetic flavors. Only all natural. So chocolate and peppermint gets those flavors.
All right, thanks. See, I told you, way better at explaining things than I am. So, time to test out this tasty, tasty new blend of coffee. It smells, the aroma of it, it's like a chocolate peppermint, which we'll see, Pedal Java. You're putting me to the test here. It smells good. It smells festive. Because I'm not a big chocolate peppermint person. I'm not a big mint chocolate person, so let's see if they sway me on the mint chocolate. I have now obtained myself a studio coffee pot. That's right. I'm a moving on, but I'm still not learning any better about not pouring hot coffee directly over my crotch. Get back in there. I got it from the thrift store, where I get everything. So, let's try this out and see. It does smell like the holidays. Let's just... It's hot. It's a hot, 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 hot. Ooh, that's hot. That's a hot cup of coffee. But... Oh, that is holiday spirit. All in one delicious sip. Oh my God. Pedal Java, hang on. Let me make sure I'm not just... Let me take another sip. Make sure I'm not just being biased here because I love Pedal Java. Nope. It's delicious. Yep, I've done it again. Pedal Java, you've outdone yourself, and then you do yourself, and then you outdo yourself one more time. It doesn't even make sense. Inception. Man, that is a tasty cup of joe. I'm feeling the voice come out, right? Here in the season of giving. Oh my God. So you got to go pedaljava.com/beans. Pick up a bag of Andy's candy for yourself because, whoo, and the peppermint, it's not like it comes in like afterwards. Like the chocolate presents itself. It's like, hey, what's up? I'm chocolate. And then it's not intrusive. Like chocolate hangs out for a minute and then peppermint's like, you're like, oh, hey, peppermint's here, everybody. And everybody's like, wow, peppermint. We missed you. And he's like, yeah, I didn't want to be an overwhelming presence. I hope you enjoyed this rendition of Coffee Blend Flavor Theater. No, but anyway. Oh, that's good. I don't know, it made me like, ooh, when I took that sip. So Roswell, I'm gonna switch hats with you. Because I have, for me, a gift in the season of giving from my wonderful friend, Bloodwyn Crow, from Creepycon. That's right, Bloodwyn Crow from out there at Creepycon has given me an amazing gift this season. I was so sad that I had to miss Creepycon this year and that it got canceled out because of COVID, and I missed all your beautiful faces, and I can't wait to see all your morbidly creepy, gross faces next year when we do it. But for this year, I was gifted something absolutely amazing. It is so personalized to me, and I can't even... I will leave you with this. It's called Mr. Potato Hat. I'm not going to leave you with that, but that's right. The wonderful Bloodwyn Crow from Creepycon has created a one-of-a-kind, specific to me, top hat. That's right. Everybody knows I love my top hats. I love all my silly costume changes. I love Creepy. I love Roswell. I love all these things. And she was like, hey, I got you. You like... Listen, fam, you like costume changes, and you like aliens, and you like spooky stuff, and you like horror movies? Well, do we have a hat for you in this week's rendition of Pimp My Hat. Yo, dog, what's up? It's your boy, Chris Bell, here to tell you about how we pimped out this hat. Now, we got Bloodwyn Crow from over at Creepycon to work her magic putting this bad boy together. Now I want you to check it out, front to back, boom bam. All these parts are completely changeable. They are completely customizable. We know how much you love costume changes. We know how much you love the creepy stuff. We know how much you love horror and the aliens and all the things like that. So we came correct with this whole big batch of different things that you can click on and off. Some are magnetic, some are Velcro. All are awesome. Even got you this stack of badass movie posters that you can change out with the one on the side of your hat. And if you're not feeling rocking one side of the hat as the front, you can put this dope veil over the whole thing that hides the back of the hat to promenade and make one side totally front ways. And you know how we do it down here, so we came correct. That's right, inside the hat is a drop-down 20-inch high-def monitor complete with the PlayStation 5. That's right. So while you wait... We didn't get that. What? Oh, no? That wasn't a thing this time? We weren't able to get that? No? Never mind, yo. Never mind everything I just said. We actually didn't do that, but never mind that. Never mind. Let's check out this dope hat some more. From vintage buttons to a witch to a big spooky spider that sits on top of it, this hat has everything. Standing at a whopping 10 feet tall. Like this thing's like Abraham Lincoln height top hat. It is the proper size for someone like Chris Bell. With everything being completely removable and customizable, it was an awesome gift from Creepycon, and we gotta give a shout out to Bloodwyn Crow. You did it right. Thank you, Bloodwyn. Now back to you, Kris, over in the Kreature Korner. That's right. Sporting now the pipe top hat with the man with the most, the Grand Duke of Spookinest, most in his pookinest, the man with the hand and the brand on his stand. I don't even know what any of that means, but I love this hat. It has so many awesome things that come with it. Look at this. Just look at this. Accessories. I love accessories, right? I can, like, she was just like, yo, I know how much you love costume changes, and I know how much you love horror, and it's perfect. Bloodwyn Crow out there at Creepycon, you've outdone yourself. Oh my goodness. I mean, like, really, really, really one of the best gifts I could have gotten from Creepycon. Thank you, Creepycon. Thank you, Bloodwyn. You all are awesome. And I can't wait to sport this hat next year. Like, everybody's going to be like, hey, do you know where Kris... Oh, there he goes. You can't miss him. Right? The spooky spot. It's a spooky spider. And I'm terrified of spiders. Why did I say it like that? I'm terrified of spiders. I don't like a spider. Anyway, wow, this Andy's candy is good. I think I'll put on another pot. Have a little sipperoo here of some more coffee. Refill time. Ooh, yeah. So there's something else on the agenda tonight that I've forgotten to talk about. That I haven't had a chance yet to talk about. I've just gotten my coffee in me and it's finally churning. The ideas and the brain power is pumping out, and I want to tell you about an amazing interview that we have on tonight's episode with none other than phantasmagorical actor extraordinaire, Mr. Pancho Moler. That's right, from Rob Zombie's 31, from 3 from Hell. I love Pancho's amazing from Candy Corn. Pancho is one of my favorite people that I've gotten to interview, and he's such a cool guy. Like, that's my favorite part about getting to do these interviews with these people, is that you find out a lot of them are really just down-to-earth people. Well, most of them are really down-to-earth people that just like to have casual conversations. They just don't want to be, you know, some of them, yeah, kiss their butt a little bit. Pancho wanted me to kiss his butt. No, Pancho was super awesome. He was so, he was just awesome. I absolutely love this interview, and I can't wait for you all to hear it coming up right now in this week's Interviews with Campfire. What's ghouling on, my funky fiends? It is I, the Grand Duke of Spook, Chris Bell, being joined now in the Kreature Korner by a very good friend of mine, a man known as Sickhead, a man known as Dr. Death, and the sweet, sweet man known as Sebastian from the terrible people in 3 from Hell, Mr. Pancho Moler. Pancho, thank you so much for being here, buddy.
Yeah, man, it's an honor. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, an honor. Get out of here. You flatter me too much.
No.
So
no, I mean, there's not much to do, like, during this pandemic. You know, you're stuck at home, and you know, you're looking for things to do with yourself, and just
absolutely
looking a way to stay, like, productive. You know, so this is great. Reaching out and talking to the fans, love it.
And I know they love it. And, you know, I've been watching you on Instagram and everything. You've been coming out with your own little, like, reels and things, your own, like, audition tapes and reels and little short bits that you've been putting out on Instagram. And, I mean, you're staying busy even in the middle of all this.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. If not, you kind of just don't know what to do with yourself in a sense. So like during this pandemic, like a couple months into it, I had to get a back. I mean, I've had to get a back surgery for a while now, but
Yeah.
when you get a back surgery, you're out of commission for like 6, 7 months, So
Oh.
we thought, my wife and I was like, we thought about it and we're like, why this is a better time than ever to get it because
Yeah.
the industry's shut down. You're
Right.
going to take a long time to recover, and this is the perfect time to do it. You're not going to be missing out on much. So it was,
Right.
I'm pretty much recovered now, but it was brutal. So it was
Right.
perfect timing.
Well, I guess that something worked out then. in
Yeah.
a weird way, it worked out well. So
Yeah.
for the people out there that don't know, I was introduced to Pancho through his skateboarding career back in the day.
Yeah.
I used to watch you as a skateboarder, which inspired me to start skating when I was younger. I can't do it anymore, but
You and me both, brother. You and me both. I can't do it anymore either, but it's okay.
that's right.
I had a good run. I had a good run.
Absolutely, you did. You had a fantastic run. You were one of the best. And then we're getting into it, and I see you for the first time. For me, the first time seeing you was in Rob Zombie's 31 as the terrible, dreaded sickhead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, that it was a pretty cool transition going from being a skateboarder to like being in Rob Zombie's cult classic, like
Right.
31, and like being a part of that whole world was amazing. I couldn't ask for more, and becoming an actor, was hard for me, and so getting a break like that,
Right.
and getting introduced into this horror world was fantastic.
Yes. And so that character too is such a like I've spoken with you before and you're such a calm, nice, just sweet person. So where did you pull all that just dark, hateful energy from for Sickhead?
Well, I mean, you get the opportunity to kind of impersonate one of the most infamous killers of all time. You gotta pull from a dark place. I grew up blue collar. I had a great childhood, great parents, but I was bullied a lot. I mean, my parents traveled around a lot during the time that I was going to school. So I went to probably five different or three different junior highs and five different high schools, and I was always the only little person in school. So having to meet new friends all the time and deal with kind of that bully aspect of being the only different person in school for a long time, I feel it made me stronger, gave me thick skin, but it also made me kind of have this inner darkness of that world. And becoming an actor, you kind of figure out ways to trigger that and use it for ammunition. You don't want to pull your dark side out,
Right.
but on stage it's ammunition. It's an asset. So
Absolutely.
I thought, why better not better time to pull that out than in the Rob Zombie movie.
Right. Yeah. And you did it so well too. I mean, and I think one of my favorite things about that character is the complete almost what it just slaps you in the face that you come out, you're dressed in all the swastikas and the Nazi memorabilia, and then you start speaking Spanish. Just in little sprinkled in interludes there, which that was such a cool character choice because I think it really threw people off.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, that's not me. That was Rob, just
Really?
looking at my resume and seeing that I could speak Spanish and going, hey, you wanna try some of these lines out in Spanish, or you wanna try to do some of this in Spanish? And I said, sure, why not? But it also had to make sense to me
Right.
of why is this Nazi
Yes.
dude speaking Spanish? And when you look up the history of the Nazis, a lot of them migrated to places like Spain, Argentina, Chile, which is where I'm from.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of came up with my own inner monologue of this dude that was a Nazi that was kind of just raised to hate, and he happened to be in Chile Argentina, you know, like
Yes.
they never knew who killed the Angel of Death, Dr. Joseph Mengele,
Yes.
you know, who was the Hitler's doctor.
Right.
So I kind of just created this story that he migrated to Chile, Argentina, and kind of took a liking to this little person and just kind of gave him like electric shock therapy, you know, during those times, electric shocks therapy, things like that, that kind of just made him this hateful bastard, you know. It'd always be cool to see like a sickhead origin story, because it would be amazing.
See, such a cool backstory that you basically gave to yourself there with the character, building it. And I think that shows the true grit of a real actor, someone that can, you
Thank you.
look at this character and go, you know what, let me take this skin for a little test drive here and see what this is like.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely agree. I mean, I always feel like if you don't believe what you're saying, then how the hell is anybody else gonna? So, you know, it's got to come from a truthful place.
Absolutely. And you were such a good antagonist in that movie to go from that into working with Mr. Josh Hasty, who we just had on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we love him.
That's actually where I met him, was on 31. He did the documentary and How Everybody Loves Popcorn. So we met and became really good friends through that.
And then he was telling me the behind the scenes thing of that ended up being like 5 hours long.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of actors.
Oh, yeah. So he brings you in and you come out as this now larger than life, just carnival barker with this huge aura that comes around you. And you're kind of an antagonist, but more of a protagonist. You're there as a good guy, but you're there looking out more for your people, you know?
Yeah.
So,
no, for sure. So it's that was a great opportunity for me to like create a character. Like one of the things that Josh and I talked about was kind of trying to stay away from a gimmicky kind of character and wanted to layer him and kind of give him some depth. So I'm all about that. A lot of things that you see little people or dwarfs in, you know, they're always the butt of the joke. It's always kind of a high contrast thing, or it's just a gimmick, you know. It's like we're like these mystical creatures that don't exist, even though we do. We're human beings just like everybody else. So Josh and I wanted to give this guy grit, just like what you were talking about, and depth and layers of like, if you kind of come from a place of truth, which is what we're always trying to do as actors, this dude is going to be awesome. And he also gave me like some clips to look at from this TV show called damn it, I forgot what it's called, but it was clips. He must have talked to you about it. One of his favorite shows. Forgot the character's name. I got to look it up. Do you know what show I'm talking about? Or he's kind of not Twin Peaks. It's another show, but he sent me a lot of clips, and this character has been in lots of movies, this guy, but he has a show, Blacklist. Blacklist.
Yes.
The lead in Blacklist, he's always the guy that kind of just knows more than everybody else in the room, but you never know it till the end of the scene, you know, and you're like, oh my God, this guy, that's why he's antagonizing everybody. So he kind of wanted to do that with this character.
Sure.
But also give him like a background of like where he came from, you know. He inherited the circus from his parents.
Yes.
He has these people that work in the circus are his family. That's all he knows, and he's going to do whatever to take care of them, you know. Because if they take care of him, if he's taking care of them, then his circus can continue going on. The freak show continues.
Right. The show must go on.
Yeah, exactly. The show must go on.
And too, you know, looking at a lot of your characters, like you said, a lot of times when a little person is portrayed in media and things like that, they are the butt of the joke. But with you, you don't notice it. It's not ever none of your characters are centered around your size or anything like that. You create your own aura. You are larger than life on screen, and you haven't let yourself become typecast, and that's absolutely incredible.
Thank you. I mean, it was just till recently, like not recently, but you know, like I feel like, you know, one of my like idols as an actor is Peter Dinklage, because he's able to bring out these characters that are layered, that got some history, some truth to them. And he like me tries to stay away from those other roles because I feel that way. I mean, it's showbiz, but at the same time, we're human beings, just like everybody else. And
Right. And the whole, like, how in depth you go with your characters, like with Dr. Death, me being like, I MC big conventions and things like that, and I work as kind of a barker on stage, and the way that you come out and you're welcome boils and ghouls, and it's smiles and charisma, and then you walk off stage and it's ugh, like that is the perfect picture of MC work. that is the perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was one of the things, Josh and I talked about too, is you got to make this guy's a showman. So this is his life. And when he's on stage, he controls it. He's happy. He's spontaneous, unpredictable. And then when he comes off stage is where you can let like the true like experience and like just the age of seniority kind of kick in.
Right. Just that whole like, that was all the charisma I had.
Yeah.
I've saved it up and I put it out there, but So
yeah, exactly.
Very, very well done. And I know it took forever to film it just because of all the holdups and things. I was watching the 13 days gimmick that Josh was doing, and the obstacles that you all overcame getting that movie done. It's just, I love Candy Corn. I tell everybody in the world to go watch Candy Corn. So you guys killed it on that one.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, we, people like it. I was able to meet some lifelong friends out of it, some really, really talented people. And, it was a little passion project that became bigger than life. So
Sure.
I appreciate it. I'm always down for that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. And I think those are the things that, like, you can do these huge Hollywood blockbusters and everything else, but it's the passion projects that you actually have fun filming that make it worth it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree. 100%.
So we go from, sickhead, this twisted Nazi, into Dr. Death, who is this like voodoo king, carnival barker sweetheart on the inside, really, to seeing the heart
sweetheart. I love it. I love it that you say sweetheart, and then you're gonna. So what's Sebastian then?
Well,
if Dr. Death is a sweetheart, what the hell is Sebastian?
Well, Sebastian is the local with the heart of gold.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's true. That's true.
From 3 from Hell, we got our complimentary poster from going and seeing it opening day.
Nice. Nice.
That's right. So you got to tell me now, how did is that just all Pancho in Sebastian? Because that seems more you. Like if I just met you somewhere in a post-apocalyptic time and you had an eye patch and we're like, yeah, we're buddies. Like that's
well, I mean, it is all me, but it's also Rob's direction and Rob's vision. I read the script and I just looked at it and I'm like, oh, I mean, you got the Devil's Rejects, you got these characters, and then you got everybody else. Even they're all awful people. Even like the police officers, everyone is terrible. So one of the things Rob said is like this guy's got the heart of the movie. That's all he said. Sebastian is a painter. He's the village painter. He assists this hotel manager that's a bit shady. He takes a liking to the rejects. He becomes friends with Sherry. She's the only one that's ever treated him like a human being, and that's when he spills his heart out. And that's all I needed.
Right. And it's a chance too to see a small side of humanity out of these people that have literally been on a psychotic rampage across the country. And you are sitting in the same room as one of the worst ones, just having breakfast and a smoke.
Yeah, just trying to be a good person. And it was really neat to kind of see that, even like watching Rob kind of film it, him being the director of all 3 of them and bringing life to all of them and making them happen. It was really neat to see kind of like the way me and Sherry were able to work, because there was a few lines in it, but for the most part, that's just all. A lot of it is improvised, and you got to come up with stuff and just let things sit. And that's one of the beauties of shooting with Rob, is he gives an actor their freedom to do what they're going to do until he yells cut. You got to stay in character until he yells cut.
Right.
And so that was kind of fun. And I felt it too. Like there was moments where I was, reacting to what Sherry was saying or and kind of just getting really, really vulnerable. And that felt good. I wasn't sure if Rob was going to be like, oh, you're a pussy or, like stuff, but he enjoyed it and it was good. And then when to see the outcome of it, like, on the final like movie was awesome. It felt good. As an actor, you always want to have, I always keep saying as an actor, but that's what I am. But you always want to have characters that are completely different from each other,
Yes.
like that way you don't get typecasted into one type of role. It's easy to get typecasted and be the evil, vicious, devilish motherfucker like Sickhead all the time.
Right.
And I'll ride that shit to the bank, no problem, because I love characters like that. But being able to show different types of characters that that you love and you want to showcase is an amazing feeling, and it's a great opportunity to show how much you truly love acting.
Right. And being someone, working with, I hear that a lot from people that work with Rob, that he gives you so much creative freedom to just basically, he has a direction he wants you to go in, but he wants you to get in that direction in your own way. Yeah.
No, it's funny. I'll tell you a story, the first scene I ever shot with Rob was the first scene that I'm introduced in as Sickhead, So first things first, I wasn't introduced to any of the other actors. This is the first time I've ever met any of the other actors. and I didn't even get to meet them. So it's Malcolm McDowell, Judy Geeson, Meg Foster, Jeff Daniel Phillips, Sherry, Lawrence Jacob, and Kevin Jackson, and like a couple other people. And and Malcolm McDowell doesn't know who Sickhead is. He's just like, and now introducing Sickhead. And I come out as this dress with a swastika on my chest, just going crazy. No one can understand what I'm saying. I'm nervous as shit, and Rob's just like, cut. He let us do the whole scene.
Yeah.
But like, people are staring at me crazy. Like the other actors are like, what the fuck is going on, And Rob's just like, cut. And he pulls me aside because he knows that, like, fuck this. This is nerve wracking. I'm acting opposite of like some of my favorite actors of all time, people that I've like grew up on. And so he pulls me aside and he's like, listen, dude, the scene looks great, but I want you to really take your time on each person. Really think about how you're going to kill them. Really just kind of like, just let that sink in and just have fun with it, man. And just relax. This is your moment. This is your scene. And as soon as he told me that, man, it was just complete 180, it just really, really helped me out. He like saved the day.
Yeah.
So, and then afterwards, Malcolm came up to me, like this dude that like I grew up watching, this idol. And he came up to me. He's like, listen, I have no idea what you just said, but that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. And I was like, yes.
I mean, that's the most nerve-wracking thing I could ever.
It was so nerve-wracking.
Oh my God. You're gonna go in there and just do it. I know you've never met any of these people, but
yeah, and you're dressed like a Nazi, like Hitler, like a mini Hitler.
oh
I think a little meaner than him. No one's gonna understand you, and you have a swastika on your chest. Go do your thing.
That's brilliant. And then. But then to have someone like Rob pull you aside and go, hey, chill out. You're good. You're good to go. That is a huge weight off your shoulders.
Oh, yeah. No, it was much needed for me, and it really helped me out. And now with, like, everything I do and shoot, I, like, take my time with, and I really, get into that character. I think Rob has really helped me figure myself out in that way. Of like what I need to do a lot, sometimes some actors never figure it out,
Right. And I think Rob sees that in people, and that's why he chooses to work with the same people over and over again, is because he likes the people he works with. I mean, why wouldn't you want to work with the people you like?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I know Josh was telling me that whenever he first was introduced to Rob, Rob's producer basically pulled him aside and was like, "You don't make eye contact with him. You don't talk to him. You're a fly on the wall. You're just here to get footage." Like,
Are you serious? I didn't know that. Wow.
and now Josh is like best friends with the guy, and he's like, "Remember that time you told me not to make eye contact with anybody?"
That's funny, man.
So I can't imagine just being drug into a room and going, like, "We're gonna paint you up like this and have at it."
Yeah, exactly.
Whew, you were a stronger man than I, Pancho.
Oh, thank you. No, I just kind of thought of it as an opportunity. There's a lot of people and fans or whatnot, even people at convention that, like, you know, didn't necessarily like my role, but they asked me, they're just like, how could you take a role like that and impersonate like a killer, like a racist killer? I'm like, as you know, if you're going to impersonate anybody, you know, and you got the opportunity, why not be like the most infamous killer of all time?
Right.
You know, and do it in your own way. And I got a lot of hate mail. I got a lot of people thinking I was immediately racist, which I'm not. I'm like, I'm Latino. I'm from Santiago, Chile. How the fuck am I going to be racist? I'm an immigrant. Okay, come on.
Y'all are a little bit too quick to jump up on your high horse.
Oh yeah. But once they get to know me, everyone was super cool and understanding, and you know, it just, you know, you're gonna get different people that kind of either choose to accept it or not, and that's fine.
You know, Pancho's playing a part in a movie. He's not running down the street as sickhead like, "Hey everybody, I got some ideas about some things." So, Pancho, tell us, what else do you have? I know nothing's really been going on this year, but do you have anything that you're secretly working on that you got coming out down the pike, or any things that you want the people to
I do actually. I shot a pilot, like a 30-minute pilot with E.G. Daily, actually, who is one of Rob's like actresses that he works with a lot, and it's a comedic pilot, you know, rom-com, and she gave me a part in it, and that should, you know, be coming out. Like, it's funny, as soon as we were done shooting, it's like COVID hit, and it took a damper on everything. It just slowed so many things down, but you know, whatever, it's okay. And we're dealing with it, and now so that's pretty much done now, so we'll see what happens with that. Sure. But as far as other things, my wife and I wrote a pilot ourselves. We wrote a pilot, and we also wrote the second episode. We wrote a show Bible. It's a 30-minute rom-com of like our life story of how we met and stuff, and it's really funny. It's called Non-Standard Love. We actually did a couple like episodes kind of like situations that we've dealt with. Yeah. Her being an average-sized woman and me being a little person being married, the different like situations and circumstances that we get ourselves into, just like by being different, unique, I guess. Yeah. And getting the different reactions we get. But we wrote a pilot out of it, and we got some people interested in it, and we got a guy that's helping us develop it the right way, you know. So that's kind of what we're in the works of, like, you know, as far as like anything else, it's like I got my back surgery June 8th, and it's been almost like, you know, almost like 5 months now, and I'm starting to just feel better now. It's like all this footage I put out is just kind of stuff that I've either recycled or just never put out a long time ago. I really haven't been doing anything new too much because I just couldn't because of my back surgery and the recovery. So
wow, but you still managed to keep. I mean, that's why it's good it's like that's why it's good to have things in your back pocket, you know, to be able to throw it. You kept content going out the whole time you were. I had no idea that you were.
Well, one of the things was like my friend Nick Navicki. He's a little person, and he's the head of this kind of like Easter Seals Disability Challenge, which kind of is it embraces like diversity and all exclusivity, all inclusive, like actors. Like, why are you gonna hire like an actor? Like, instead of just hiring someone to play a military vet that's an actor, why not look to see if there's actually a real military vet that is an actor already, you know?
Wow, yeah.
That way, you know, or like that's missing a leg, or instead of hiring someone that's, you know, not in a wheelchair to play this part, why not look to see if there's an actor that is actually in a wheelchair that can play the part and bring a little bit more truth to it? So he's kind of fights for those rights, and I get it. And even for me, like, instead of like, why are you going to CGI an average sized person to play like a little person role when you can just use a little person? There's lots of things that he fights for, and lots of things that go on in this industry that people don't know about, or just if people don't know about it, or people know about it, they kind of just brush it out. It hasn't really been pointed out too much. So he fights for that. But regardless, during COVID, he kind of every year he does this Easter Seals Disability Challenge, which is a 48-hour film challenge where you have to use someone with a handicap in front or behind the camera, just to kind of showcase that we can do things too. And the topic was documentary. We could use old footage. You know, we didn't have to come up with new stuff. They wanted to keep the crew small, the cast and crew small, that way to stay safe because of COVID. So I was able to make a little documentary on my life, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty successful, and I had fun doing it. So that's one of the things I put out too. I've been learning how to edit a lot with Premiere, so that's awesome because I'm not that great with computers, but editing and stuff, like, I've been learning a lot. And it's exciting for me, and because it's new, and I'm like, damn, it's you always think, at least for me, like with computers and stuff, I'm like, I make things harder than they really need to be. And then it's like something now where I'm like, dude, if I knew how to do this like 10 years ago, holy shit.
Right.
I would have made so much shit already, you know, but it's all right. You know, you can't have any regrets.
That's right. And you've been doing great. You've been doing phenomenal.
Thank you.
Joe, thank you. Where do the people need to look for you? Where can all the people out there?
I mean, honestly, I'm on IMDb, and you can just follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you back, and any questions you have, DM me. And you know, I'm pretty good. I got a lot of time, so I'm pretty good at getting back to people. Unless it's people that say something really shitty, where I'll just block you. I can't like say anything back that's shitty, because people will like take a picture of it, you know, and then I'll come off as like some asshole, and I'll be blacklisted. So I immediately, if they say something shitty, I just block them. That's it.
I mean, why waste somebody's time?
I've done it before, and my wife was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then I'm like, "Okay, I'll stop doing it." But it's just like Ricky Gervais's comedy.
Yes.
You know, his stand-up is like, should I do it? No, I'm gonna do it. You know, and then but now it's just like, I just don't say anything back. I just block them. It's not worth it. It's not worth the argument. It will just keep going and going and going, and it just goes nowhere.
Absolutely. Well, good on you. And to someone that's actually going to take time to answer their fans and, you know, talk to the people out there that are interested in them, you should have a little bit of respect for that person.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, you're a phenomenal person, Pancho. I've really enjoyed talking to you today. And I encourage everybody, give Pancho a follow. Go watch 3 from Hell. Go watch Candy Corn. Go watch 31. Come on.
Yeah.
I've talked to you about these movies 1,000 times, people. Come on.
Thank you so much, man. It's been an honor. I had a good time. Appreciate
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you, Pancho. You have an awesome day, my friend.
All right, take care.
Ho, hey. What did I tell you, right? Did I deliver or not? I know I've been hanging on to that Pancho Moler interview for just a little bit, but man, I had to wait for the right time to release the interview, because David and I have both been so busy with some other projects that we got coming out that I'm very excited to show you, but I'm not ready to tell you about yet. It's top secret, you see. But that interview with Pancho, I wanted it to be able to be done right. I didn't want to just release it, so I'm sorry that it has been a little bit delayed, but there it was. And it was everything that I'm sure you were waiting for. I hope anyway, man. I really hope. I can't say for sure, but I really hope it was, because I loved it. And that's, you know, who am I in it for? Right? Who am I in it for other than myself? So once again, Pancho, thank you so much for sitting down. I hope you all loved that interview as much as I loved doing it. And I hope you all have enjoyed the show as much as I've enjoyed doing it. Please stay safe this holiday season. Visit with your loved ones via Zoom chats and things like that if you can. Just stay safe and stay holly and jolly. And until the next time, my funky fiends, be sure to keep those eyes peeled, because there's always more coffee and more creepy googling on in the Creature Corner. Bye-bye. I just want to thank you all so much for tuning into these videos. I had a lot of fun making them, so I hope you enjoy watching them. I definitely could not do any of this on my own, though, so I have a lot of people that help me, and I'd like to give a little shout out to all those people that do help me. Mr. David Cunningham, first and foremost, for editing and filming all of these videos. Like I said, couldn't do it without him. As well as all our other wonderful sponsors who help make this show possible, like, of course, Pedal Java, who provides us with all our delicious coffee that we get to try out every week, and I hope a lot of you are trying out for yourself as well. Go over to pedaljava.com right now, order up your beans. It's a great price on a gourmet bag of coffee. And also, if you live in the Knoxville area or surrounding areas, they do free local delivery, so you can't miss out. Once again, that's pedaljava.com. Go over there right now, order some of your beans. GOBLINHAUS, get on over to goblinhaus.com, give him a follow on Facebook for all of your horror merchandising needs. He has all kinds of spooky t-shirts featuring some of your favorite horror icons and his own twists and his own art. He's got vintage toys. He's got toys that look vintage. He's got horror patches, horror t-shirts, horror hats, anything you could possibly imagine, you can get over there at goblinhaus.com. The Mystic Orb in Clinton, Tennessee. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, as well as their Etsy shop. They are here to fulfill all your gemstone jewelry, herbal baths and teas, and any kind of cool witchy thing that you could possibly desire. They've also got a pretty cute cat down there named Harriet, so be sure to come out to Clinton and check out the shop for yourself. Screamville Haunted Attraction. That's right, our good friends over at Screamville are always in for a spooky good time. So this haunt season, be sure you get out to Knoxville and check out Screamville. Speaking of haunted attractions, if you're out in Oneida, be sure to stop off at Outbreak on Main. Also owned by the people who own the Black Cat, also in Oneida. As a matter of fact, that haunt is right in the back of their shop. So you can do a little bit of shopping and you can do a little bit of getting spooked out there at the Black Cat and Outbreak on Main. And last but not least, H3 Power TV, your veteran-owned internet entertainment consultant. For just $20 a month, you can have access to thousands and thousands of live TV channels, international TV channels, movies, and sports. All you have to do is call 865-314-0624 to find out exactly how to get hooked up with H3 Power TV. Works with almost all smart TVs and smart devices. You put it right there on your phone or tablet and you can broadcast it to your TV with all those channels, movies, and sports stuff, like I said. So once more, just call 865-314-0624 to find out exactly what you have to do to get H3 Power TV. And as always, keep those eyes peeled, my funky fiends, because there's always more coffee and more creepy ghouling on in the Creature Corner. Bye-bye. Oh, that's good coffee. I'm so serious, Roswell. That's such good coffee. Oh, it's like post-credit scene, you know, at the end of the Marvel movie. Except this one's way less interesting because Thor's hammer is nowhere near this area. I'm just pitching this. Just put this at the end of one of your Marvel movies. People would be so confused. They'd be like, what the? Who is this guy? Top Hat Man. He's here to say, hey, Top Hat Man. He's here to save the day. With his utility top hat. I have many different oh my God, I just wrote. Stay away from my idea, actually, Marvel. I'm off to write Top Hat Man.